Welcome to DesignerDigitals Bi-Weekly Tip, January 27th, 2017. This week, how to enlarge images in Photoshop and Elements. Full-page photos are a popular design technique in digital scrapbooking. After all, if you have a picture that you love, why not maximize the impact by using the image to fill the entire canvas? The problem comes when the photo isn't of sufficiently high resolution to span an entire 12 by 12 inch page. When this happens, you'll need to upscale the image to fit the page. There are several ways to do this. Start by opening up your image in Photoshop or Elements, and then choose Image Size from the menu bar. Or you can press Alt-Control-I, or on a Mac system, Option-Command-I on your keyboard. In Photoshop Elements, choose Image, Resize, Image Size. In the Image Size dialog box, you'll make some choices about your image. Begin by ensuring that Resample is ticked. Check to make sure that there's a bracket lock between the width and the height to lock the image proportions. You don't want to get a funhouse effect here. This is usually already locked by default, but if you don't see a bracket, you'll need to click this lock icon to the left to constrain the proportions. In older versions, you'll tick the Constrain Proportions checkbox at the bottom of the choices in the dialog box. Now you'll change the shortest side to 12 inches. So on this one, my width is the shortest side, so I'll change that to 12, and I'll make sure that this is inches. This will make my height 16 inches, but I'll be sure that it can fill the whole 12 by 12 page this way. I just want to make a note here. Some Photoshop users advocate upsampling the image only 10% at a time, and you can do this by changing it to percent. And you would upscale 10% at a time over and over and over again until you reach the desired size. There's some debate about this technique because many experts feel that this method actually adds unwanted artifacts to the image as it's upsized. My personal recommendation is to resize to the desired size all at one time. I get great results using two of the resampling options, which I'll explain. But the next step is to go ahead and change your resolution to 300 pixels per inch because that's print size. Finally, you'll make a choice in the Resample drop-down menu. Photoshop Creative Cloud has a new feature in the image size dialog that vastly improves the results, but you don't have to take my word for it. You can preview the image after choosing Bicubic Smoother. I'm going to move this over so you can see the eye. This is the results with Bicubic Smoother. And then preview again after choosing Preserve Details. And to me, the difference is pretty significant. Additionally, when you use Preserve Details, you get this reduce noise slider that you can use to improve the enlargement even more. Now with the slider all the way to the left, you'll see all of the digital noise in the image. And if you go all the way to the right, you'll see that you get a really soft image. Try sliding all the way down to the left, and then just move a little bit to the right, a little bit to the right, and keep going until you can see that the noise is gone, but the image is still sharp. The Preview Pane is new in Creative Cloud as well, and it's a really great upgrade. In older versions of Photoshop and all versions of Photoshop Elements, you'll use either Bicubic Smoother or Bicubic Sharper. Now, I realize that Adobe lists Bicubic Sharpener for reduction, but experts Vincent Versace and Scott Kelby recommend the use of the sharpener for best results. Try duplicating your image and then try the smoother on one copy and sharpener on the other copy so that you can compare the results for yourself. But I've never known Scott Kelby to steer me wrong, so I really trust his advice. After you've made your resample choice, click OK. I'm going to go back to Preserve Details, and I've got my Reduce Noise to 18, which looked good to me, and then I'll click OK. Next, just wait for Photoshop to work its magic as it resizes the image. In Photoshop Creative Cloud, you can further enhance your enlarged image by choosing Filter, Sharpen, Smart Sharpen. Adjust the sliders to sharpen the image and reduce any digital noise that you see in the photo. I'm just going to drag my cursor down and click on her eye, because that's the important part to me, is the eyes. And then you can reduce the noise further or sharpen a little bit more. You can preview the results as you work to make sure you're getting the results that you want. Using these upsampling methods, your photos can live large on your pages. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to check back in 2 weeks for the next Designer Digitals tip.